Howdy, this is David Groce, your Texas tax and lawman. Today, we wrap up our discussion of LLCs by talking about the newest model of LLC, the Series LLC. We said that LLCs are like trucks. Some are simple, like the single member LLC. Some are old and formal, like the LLC C Corp. Some are like the El Camino and like the Mullet, the LLC S Corp. And some are complex and sophisticated, like a crane truck, the LLC Limited Partnership. And last week, we looked at the slide-in back pickup bed camper, the LLC Disregarded entity. Today, let's talk about the Series LLC. A Series LLC is like the truck trains they use in Australia. In America, we limit the length that a truck and trailer can be to operate on our highway system. For the interstate highway system, the limit is 75 feet long. Surely you've seen those UPS trucks with one truck and two little trailers. In Australia and other parts of the world with long and remote distances, there are no limitations on the length of trailers a truck can pull. You can wind up with a truck pulling 2, 3, or 4 trailers. When I was a kid, Daddy wanted to go camping, and Mama said she would go if Daddy would get her a camper. Well, he did. But then he wanted to carry his motorcycles and his boat. And in 1970-something, we were pulling our own retro truck train with a van, a camper, a boat, and motorcycles behind. A quick search on the web shows that people today have the same idea. As to LLCs, a Series LLC is designed to let you create one LLC and then have different series of LLCs with separate legal protection, all within the same LLC. This was really an attempt to formalize the LLC disregarded entity strategy and allow the owner to file one tax return. In our practice, we think the Series LLC has some good uses, specifically for owning multiple rental properties where you want each rent house to have a firm liability protection, but still only want to file one tax return. For the right fact pattern, this is a great tool. However, as we have looked at the Series LLCs and how other people are using them in different states and for even big corporate deals, we think you can reach some unintended consequences from lumping too many businesses or too many different investors inside of a single Series LLC. First, the Series LLC Act requires that each series have an ascertainable asset or business function and that we account and track the activity of that business. That means you have to track income and expenses separately for each series within the LLC. Second, the Series LLC advantage is that while you track the income and expenses of each series separately, you file one consolidated tax return. If you have multiple different owners in each series inside the LLC, how do you report the gains and losses of each series appropriately to each partner without having to file a separate tax return for each series? If it's the same owner of all the series, then that's not a big deal. However, if you have 5 owners in Series 1, 3 owners in Series 2, and 6 owners in Series 3, how do you prepare one tax return and generate K-1s to all those different owners? Well, the simple answer is you can't, at least not simply. Third, even if you could account and report the tax appropriately for each different partner in each different series, combining all the income on the single return could trigger state income tax or franchise tax in states that have income thresholds. In Texas, if an LLC has less than $1 million in gross sales, then you do not owe state franchise tax. $1 over, you have to pay the tax. In the end, we think Series LLCs work for grouping rent houses, airplanes, rental equipment, or different pieces of properties where we want separate legal protection. We want to file one federal income tax return, and we know we won't trigger the state franchise tax. If we meet all of those criteria, then come on over and you and I will put together the Mad Max truck train and step into the next generation of legal protection. Thanks for joining us through this series on LLCs. If you have a friend who is thinking of starting a business, expanding, or spinning off a company, send them our way. We'd love to help them and you. Until next time, adios. Texas Tax and Lawman Legal Disclaimer. Hey, I'm a lawyer. You know I have to have some lawyer mumbo jumbo. This is a general information video, not client attorney privilege information. The content is information only and is not directed to any specific facts or circumstances and cannot be relied upon as a legal opinion, even though that would be nice and save you a trip to the lawyer. If you have a specific legal question, feel free to contact David Groce directly or seek qualified legal or tax counsel in your state of residence, state of mind, or whatever place you call home.